Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this lightning talks. My name is Uttam. I am a geomorphologist, and I have Ms. Susila here, who is a nurse. As the project name states, it's EpiNurse. Focus on the spread of diseases, epidemiology, and the care provided by nurses at the local level. And this all is aimed for the efforts we make for disaster risk reduction. So, the project aims to monitor the health status and the living condition of local nurses wherever they are working at the local field levels. And the idea is to use the ICT and the mapping and then these maps, OSM we talked about, in the local level on how we can improve the services that the nurses are providing at the community, like providing them with better maps, the vulnerability maps we prepare, or emergency crisis mapping that the keynote speakers talked about in this morning. So we are trying to deliver them to the end users. So if we go with the title, the slogan of this conference today, from creation to use, we are on the user's end. We are trying to be like creators of our contribute to the OpenStreetMaps, but right now we are the users of it. And very recently we have been awarded by UNISDR for this concept of using the community participation and the use of information communication technology, and how we deliver in these 2 years is going to set an example of this EpiNurse project. Well, the EpiNurse started in Japan in 2011 after the great earthquake and the tsunami, resulting tsunamis, and it has been spreading since then. In Nepal, it was introduced in 2015 following the earthquake. Yes, and then we have Philippine cases of the typhoon and then the resulting disasters. It has been introduced in Democratic Republic of Congo in Africa, Indonesia, and Philippines. So right now, for this 2 years that we have started as a project funded by the UNISDR, we are trying to improve on the learnings from the Philippines and implement it in a Nepali version, so that we have custom scenarios for the community use in Nepal. After the earthquake, it was supported by the Japanese government rapid response support, and right now it was supported by UNISDR. But when you talk about mapping in a crisis situation, like there are many other things that are required by the community, right? So how do we fit mapping there? So this is a scenario where the area is flooded, but knowing which area is flooded and getting our services delivered there, our health workers, health professionals, and the like the resource constraint in disaster situations is very high. We have limited resources and number of people suffering, right? So getting things delivered there is very important. So this kind of maps to the given to the health workers in the community might help. Similarly with the hazard, if the end users know which area is more vulnerable, they could move to humanitarian open spaces in cases of disasters. So we tried this in multiple cases, but the thing remains is like our users, the nurses who are working at the community level are map illiterate, I would say, because getting them to use the routing techniques in Maps.me, the OSMs, or any other software is a big challenge, because they are health practitioners, not the mappers or geographers as we most are. So we are focusing on giving them map reading and map making techniques where they come together and try to map their communities, their resources, and then their risks. So at the end, they can bookmark their locations, make a collective bookmarks, and then send them to the the analyzers or policy makers, where they could decide on where to send the vital very limited resources. And with these many partners that we have, we are very hopeful that our mapping endeavors and then introducing mapping techniques in the community empowerment and disaster risk reduction would be a success. Thank you.